While the Snyderverse is dead and Aquaman 2's release is right around the corner, every piece of news that we have gotten about this film really hasn't been positive, but now we're finding out that not only did Elon Musk threaten Warner Brothers if they fired Amber, but we've also found out that Jason Momoa allegedly showed up to the set dressed like Johnny Depp. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, follow me on social media, and consider supporting through Patreon or via YouTube memberships. Now, we have heard multiple times that this movie sounds like it is going to be a complete disaster, that it is currently in like development hell because they have had to reshoot so many scenes, they have had to apparently edit it so many times because there were versions of the movie that had lots of Amber scenes and then others that had almost none, and we don't really know if this movie is even still going to release when it allegedly is in December. It doesn't seem right now that they're going to change the date again, but we're finding out some very juicy details, more specifically that Jason Momoa had showed up drunk, dressed as Johnny Depp on set of Aquaman 2, but Elon Musk allegedly threatened Warner Brothers. It says, according to a new report from Variety, an Aquaman star allegedly showed up drunk and dressed as Johnny Depp to get Amber fired from the set of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Now, I like Jason Momoa. I think that he's a pretty good actor. He's definitely not my favorite out of all of these Snyderverse actors and actresses, but he's still a good one nonetheless. And the fact that he did this is truly freaking hilarious. This is the type of comedy that I want to hear about. The article, of course, goes into the suit between Johnny and Amber. I've covered that many times on the channel, but here we go, talking about the drama on set. It says, now that you're all caught up on the news of the trial, let's dig into the report covering the latest news coming out of Hollywood regarding Amber and Jason. It says, Variety came out with an article detailing all of the news and information on the drama behind the scenes of the new Lost Kingdom film set to release on December 20th, 2023. Again, this movie has been delayed several times. We don't actually know if it's going to release in December. We haven't heard any official confirmation that it's not getting moved again, but that's at least the date right now. It says the article mentioned a slew of drama that has been covered by Inside the Magic. Other details surrounding the drama say how James Gunn has confirmed that none of the DC Universe actors that Zack Snyder were using will return for Gunn's future DC Universe. This is very sad to me, and it's a shame because I really did like a few of the Snyderverse actors. Gal was good as Wonder Woman. Of course, Wonder Woman 1984 wasn't really that great of a movie, but the first one and all of her appearance after that were solid. Henry Cavill did fantastic as Superman. Ben Affleck as Batman deserved a lot more that he got, and Jason Momoa was really good as Aquaman. I personally was not a fan of Ray Fisher or Ezra Miller, but clearly Ezra, not even counting the controversies around him, didn't do a great job in The Flash. It took years to come out, lost them money, and besides Michael Keaton's Batman and Michael Shannon's Zod being in the movie, there wasn't anything else that was memorable. But it says one particular story that stood out to readers from the article was that story alleging that Jason Momoa showed up to the Aquaman in the Lost Kingdom set drunk, dressed up as Johnny, and attempted to get Amber Heard fired. Now, we have heard pretty conflicting reports when it comes to Amber and Jason's kind of on-set relationship, because originally it was said that he was really supportive of her, he felt really bad for what she went through, and he was on her side, and then of course, very quickly after the trial ended, he came out and defended Johnny and said that, what happened was terrible for this man and he deserved justice and I'm glad that he got it. And we didn't really have any idea what was going to happen then because we didn't know the state of Aquaman. We didn't know if him and Amber were going to really ever have to work together again. But it seemed at that point that he was very clearly on Johnny's side, but to hear that he had showed up on set and attempted to get her fired is truly comical. It is truly hilarious to me because I gotta be honest, I don't care what happens to Amber Heard. I do not care if she had gotten fired. I did not care if she had gotten kicked out of the industry. She has proven herself as a liar and just a genuinely terrible person. But to make things even worse, this wasn't the only situation that was detailed between, Amber and somebody else, because one of the major stories now is surrounding Elon Musk. This is one of the tweets that has blown up on this situation, but it says, after Jason appeared on set drunk, dressed as Johnny, and tried to get Amber fired, it almost actually worked, but that was before her now ex-boyfriend Elon Musk sent a scorched earth letter to Warner Brothers. So it sounds like the only reason she didn't get fired was because Elon Musk threatened Warner Brothers, basically saying, if you fire her, we're gonna come at you. And of course, who wants to mess with Elon Musk, right? He's got so much money. He could get the best legal team out there. Warner Brothers would face a massive, massive problem. I mean, that would be a giant fight for them. But it sounds, from what we're hearing, that he had threatened them with legal trouble if they had fired Amber, which of course, in my opinion, is ridiculous. If an actress gets fired for breaking contract, then it is what it is. I can't really feel bad. What I feel bad for is someone like Johnny Depp, who ended up getting fired from all of his roles and blacklisted from the industry because of accusations. And even after he went through a legal battle, Amber was still the one who was being in movies, again, like this film, and Johnny has had very few opportunities. I mean, that's just the way that it goes. Of course, we do not know the specifics of her contract with Warner Brothers, but it seemed like they had enough reason to fire her. We've heard that Hollywood contracts have really evolved over the past few years because of social media, and that basically, if you bring any kind of negative attention to a product, they can fire you. So it sounds like that's probably what they were going to get rid of her over, because she was bringing so much negative attention to this movie. But at this point, we don't even know what her role is in this film. Obviously, she's playing Mara, right? But we do not know if she is going to have a bigger part in the plot, if she is just going to have, a few quick scenes, or if the rumors are true that they almost entirely removed her from this movie. I mean, even in the 2-minute trailer we saw like a 2-second clip of her. They really did not want to highlight her in it, which I completely understand, but they're not going to save this movie. They might as well just shelve it at this point, because just look at the backlash. I mean, millions of people on social media talking about her. Even, Amber Heard is a liar is constantly trending on Twitter. And to top it off, there are plenty of change.org petitions online to have her removed, and those are millions and millions of people who are threatening to boycott this film because she is still in it. I don't see a way that this movie can be successful at this point. I know the first Aquaman film made over $1 billion, which is really why they wanted to bank on this, but I think with all of the negative attention that she has brought to the project, there's no way that it's going to make the money that they are expecting, the money that they need it to make after delaying it for years at this point. And to top it off, just hearing about all of this really is going to not sit well with people. I mean, on the original discussing films tweet that they had put up about the Jason Momoa situation, it has 11 million views, and they locked the replies because it was getting absolutely destroyed by people calling out Amber, just calling her an awful person, and people also calling out Elon Musk, saying it's ridiculous that he decided to basically stick his nose in the middle of the situation. But even on, other posts, other tweets like this one, 400,000 views, and people laughing and saying appears drunk on set. I think that's literally just Jason Momoa, valiant effort to remove her from the cast, people tagging Elon Musk saying, listen, that is just not cool. So I don't think that this situation is going to get any better for them anytime soon. I just don't think that this movie is going to be good or be successful. And now we have heard even more drama has happened on set. And people are primarily laughing with Jason Momoa, saying, you are absolutely hilarious, and of course calling Amber out, saying, you are still a terrible person. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.